Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be about why does a narcissist play mind games? Why do narcissistic people manipulate people? The narcissistic personality disorder is on a spectrum, so the levels they will go to, the extremes they will go to, depends on the narcissist you are dealing with and depends on what the narcissist wants from you. Why do they manipulate? The main reason is it all comes down to control. They have to manage everything and everyone around them. With their games, they will put people under their spell. They will put you into a state of a trance. Hence you become paralysed within your own mind, no longer knowing reality. Therefore, you end up going to the narcissist for those reality checks so they can further their control over you. If you start to realise that something is not right, they will often up those mind games to send you further into their trance. Narcissistic abuse causes cognitive dissonance within our minds, where we live the reality of the narcissist admiration phase, where they genuinely seem to love, care and empathise with us. They shower us with affection and support. We do them, and they adore the attention they get. Unfortunately, this cannot last. As we are all human, we all make errors in judgment, we all make mistakes, and at times we can all disagree with those we are close to. Yet healthy people, genuine people, can see each other's points of view, have a two-way conversation, and reach some form of compromise. With someone who has the narcissist personality disorder, or with someone who has high traits of narcissism, when we disagree with them, they class this as criticism. We are not obeying them. By this point, we most likely love and care for them. This is when they change the game on us. When we say no, when we don't agree, out comes their entitled, envious face, as the narcissist classes us as going against their superiority, their entitlement, as they have not got control over us. They might go off and sulk, the silent treatment, those passive-aggressive behaviours. They might project, triangulate, blame shift, guilt trip or gaslight us to get our boundaries down and get their needs met. Gaslighting plays a significant role in all of these and is designed to confuse us and distort our own senses of reality. Most of the tactics they use will leave us full of self-doubt and full of self-blame. As we've lived through the admiration phase, and with all their twisted manipulation methods like baiting us to get a reaction out of us, to blame it all on us for something that they started so they can escape responsibility and place the blame onto us. They like to place the blame at everybody else's door, but never their own, as they'll downplay or miss out entirely what they did and exaggerate what we did. So instead of two people being accountable for their own actions, the narcissist takes no blame. We are the ones left thinking it's all down to us. Then we work harder to make it up to them and earn their forgiveness. This leaves us confused and often losing our beliefs, our values and our boundaries, trying to make it up to them for what they actually did to us. Narcissists have to manipulate to keep control over us. Some people, as I once believed also, say it's to keep up the appearance of their false self. In my personal reality, both the admiration face and the envy face is who they are, to confuse, control and manipulate you. Remember, you did not cause it. You cannot control it and you will not change it. That is who they are. With most, after their love bombing, we will never know which side of that face they will show from one day to the next, often leaving us walking on eggshells around them, as they are like walking across a landmine. One small step out of place and they will go off. Yet you never know what will set them off from one day to the next. It depends what mood they are in. With their games and staying in control of us, they stay calm most of the time around others, or if they believe they will suffer any form of negative consequences for their actions. Those on the lower end of the spectrum are not always in control enough to do this all of the time. Yet, we are still often left confused and agitated around them, often with anxiety. So we look to others like we are the ones going crazy, that we are the ones that need help. They look like they're doing all they can and they're doing everything they can to help us. To others praise the narcissist for putting up with us and trying to help us, and this allows them to show others how good they can be, making it harder for us to tell others what's really happening to us and get the help that we need. It helps the narcissists with their smear campaigns against us when we do break free. Narcissists use mind games and manipulation to get attention from us, to draw out our emotional responses and emotional reactions from us. If we become upset, distraught, angry, annoyed or frustrated because of the mind games the narcissist is playing, they are just enjoying the emotional reactions and the attention they are getting from us. When it comes to a narcissist, whether you are right or not, whether the narcissist knows you are right or not, is irrelevant to them. They just want to watch us going crazy, trying to prove ourselves to them. They believe they are above everyone else and they feel entitled to do as they please, and they do not have, or they lack, the emotional empathy to care for the effects it has on others. So with their mind games, it often ends up leaving us upset, angry, hurt and confused. It gives them more power and control over us and makes them feel powerful, makes them feel superior. If they feel criticised in any way, they will use mind games to defend themselves from criticism or accusations. They will lie, deny, blame shift, deflect and project. It benefits them by confusing us. Also, protecting themselves from any form of consequences, escaping accountability, avoidance of their problems. As most narcissists are lacking in cognitive reflection skills, if not all narcissists are lacking in this thinking ability, they cannot look back and reflect on what they have done, so they never learn from their own mistakes or errors in judgments. As to them, it's always someone else's fault and never their own. They've always found someone else to scapegoat for their problems, their mistakes. Therefore, they never learn from their mistakes. Narcissists want to exhaust us so that we can no longer think clearly and have less resistance to their behaviour, so we cannot work out what they are doing to us. Also, so we give in to their demands. When we have things like anxiety, CPTSD, feeling depressed, coming down with illness after illness, we become weaker, and it's much easier when we're exhausted for the narcissist to apply further manipulation and get their needs met. When we are exhausted, we are less able to think clearly. We give in easier to their truths just to try and end the emotional turmoil, the emotional pain, as we are in such devastating emotional turmoil. Narcissists take further control over our minds and our lives to sink us further under their spell. Psychological abuse, mental abuse, is harder for people to see what's happening than physical abuse. Psychological abuse is harder to recover from, as you often don't see it until your mindset has been reprogrammed in such a way it takes a long time to unprogram all their manipulation and reprogram our minds to suit ourselves. A bruise is a bruise. We can feel the pain, we can recognise the pain, we can see what's happening, and it raises questions. It's still not all that easy to escape this kind of relationship. With mind games, the narcissist can deflect it straight back onto us. If we have a black eye, we can usually carry on with day-to-day activities. Mind games grind us down. They drain us to the point of utter exhaustion. We struggle to think straight, find it difficult to get on with day-to-day living. It's hard to plan for the future as they future fake with us. They give us that false hope. So when they discard us, it hurts. Or if we work out what they are and leave, they smear our name and label us as the crazy one. Their mind games give us a confused, hazy state of mind that makes it easier for them during their smear campaign against us that our behaviour shows to others that we are crazy, as we try to explain to others we are not the ones with the problem. It's a learning curve to protect ourselves from a narcissist mind games in the correct way. Most of us are left trauma bonded, anxious, CPTSD, and a narcissist will bait us into appearing crazy to others. If we take them to court or call the police, a narcissist can act like the reasonable, calm one while we look like the crazy one. Because of our empathy, we are more susceptible to manipulation because of our traits of honesty, kindness, forgiveness, sympathy, keenness to help others, wanting others to understand us, wanting to understand others, wanting the truth. Because of our emotions. When we continue to try and change ourselves to please the narcissist, believing that we're the ones at fault because of their never-ending gaslighting and twisting word salad. Those narcissists who don't find it as easy to play mind games, to manipulate, those who have less control of their rage, will use physical violence, from pulling hair, strangling, and much more. Those on the higher end of the spectrum are more calculated in what they do and far less likely to use physical violence. They will rarely use violence that leaves marks. When it comes to recovery, putting your own reality back in, creating distance from the narcissist so you can begin to think for yourself will help you to recover. I shall add in the video description the playlist on becoming drained around a narcissist and the video on why narcissists cannot see your point of view, cognitive dissonance, and disarming a narcissist. I'll also add the video into the description on limiting beliefs because part of recovery is reprogramming our mindset. I am currently full for one-to-one coaching. I have partnered with BetterHelp and their sponsored link is in the description also if you'd like to take a look at that. Thank you very much for listening. Go out there and create the day that you deserve because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.